in the schools, you work with all kinds of students in all kinds of institutions, and your work is poetry. But there's so much you want to say to these people, and I've saved up all that for you.
School us.
Yeah, well, I wish. You don't need a poetry teacher. You want to say, don't worry about being fat. What gives you the greatest joy? Don't get into the car when your mother's drunk. Go easy with the weed. Don't let fear of imagined reactions stop you. Sometimes you have to be the parent. God, I hope you're using birth control. Your attitude sucks. You're going to break down and smash something, probably yourself. Your loneliness frightens me. Don't join the military just yet. I'm sorry your mother died. I'm sorry your father doesn't talk with you. Just wait. Someday, someone will understand you. How many people did it take to make you this angry? Who told you you were garbage? But what you say is, keep writing. Moving up and down the coast, I discovered these V-shaped shells that I was educated by Catholic nuns, and so I got very little science, especially my marine biology, and I kept finding these what turned out to be valves, and they are part of chitons, which have 8 valves, and sea stars eat them, and they live in the intertidal zone. And some of them are as big as footballs. Maybe you've seen them up and down the California coast. You can always throw them back in the sea. And I named this poem for them, their common name, sea cradles. Racing boats with sails of smoke clog the channel. Soldiers patrol the sand. Ya viene el presidente! Children go on playing. How fragile are coconuts. Between earthquakes, land and sea stutter. We teeter, not knowing where we'll fall. In this salt sea she tore love's thorny flesh. Silence pinned her, a bug on a tray, till she grew invisible wings. Sand in her sheets, kelp in her hair, the backs of men call her, all nerves. This poem's called Cutting Back the Camphor Tree. Come fall, we prune the tips shading the solar panels, the branches shadowing the lawn. I hate pruning, but I know it helps the plant, child, self, stay healthy and keep bearing. No ordinary tree, the camphor. Year-round leaves fall as new ones sprout, like him and me, mostly always trying the strange mismanagement of marriage. He's good at cutting. When one of us covers the path or takes up too much space, he clips us back with blade or tongue. I'm good at leaning into the sun, spreading, leafing. One year I dropped too many leaves, brown curls of solitude. And it wasn't just the rats hiding seeds in the insulation. It was us wanting different things, togetherness, apartness. He baited traps, I emptied them, starting with the head honchos, big mamas and giants long as their tails, dwindling with each corpse to mousy size. He bleached the floors, we vacuumed the mess, crawled under the house and decks, and sealed up entries. What had entered us? He saws a thick branch. We breathe the scent of tiger balm and cardamom and the healing sweat of doing good work together, raising a son together. The last California sister flickers past, speckled white on black with orange spots, looking for a leaf or stem that won't be pruned or dropped, that will be here in the spring. Somebody maybe talked about or alluded to Kerouac and the sutras in the Berkeley Bowl or the Berkeley grocery store, the Artichoke Sutra. The kelp mothers steer her along milky roads to the bright region inside the fog. Coastal lotuses with stalks like oak saplings shimmer and rose to the sea. Wild when time was counted in moons, owl-eyed food of goddess and surfer. Glaucous sunflower of stubborn love, healing thistle of longevity. Chakra of arms and hands, our first shield that also lifts and bears. Bountiful as the muscles wringing our shoulders, spine-tipped bracts open. With fervent teeth we scrape the meat, shave the choke to the flower bud we eat. My cousin cups a globe in her hands, scrumptious heart, core of the song. Remembering her sister, she offers it to me. Blood and oil attend. Food of the blossom, hub of the blessing. Such loss in flesh as well as sea. Such silence in each song. Teach us how to bear. Feed us as we mourn. All right. This poem is called Lares and Penates, a phrase I had only read. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. I read it in reference, I think, to Jung, Carl Jung, the great soul worker, Carl Jung, who greeted his pots and pans, his daily household goods, every day. And that reminded me of the Scandinavian house gnomes, the guardians of certain areas of our domestic life. And it also reminded me of Quentin Crisp, if you remember, that wonderful man, and Manners from Heaven. And he said, among our intimates, that's where we need our best manners. So this is called Lares and Penates. It's in the voice of a Roman offering bowl. I never hear my tongue. Smashed on the museum floor, I miss my earthbed in the underground chamber and the altar before. No one sings, presses their lips to mine, or hands me around. Gloved hands placed me on a pedestal under strong lamps. Light is friend half the time. Shards on marble. Clean fingers made piece my prayers together. And the dancing. I was better part of a household, beside the hearth where laws start. Hands shaped me to bring blessings of wine and love, children and joy, and there was an abundance of each. I wish I'd died with my family. Those frolicking limbs. They buried me before the war, and I missed being sacked. Fired for eternity, I live on in pieces, my heart empty of wine, my lips bereft of others. Little Ernatita begs you, Ceres, Let time grind me into grain, that I may feel lips again and whisper, "Here, Tom." Ooh. Last poem. I thought I'd read this. We could have a group moment, a group moisture. It's called "When Everything is Still Wet." Clouds massage the hilltops, creeks overflow, and muddy paths take baths. Orange lichen uncorks the valley oaks. Geraniums flaunt their purple throats. Poppies laugh and expose themselves by noon. Apple blossoms perfume the iris. Rain seeps into gurgling ground, filling the well for the parched days ahead. Those silent noons of drowse and drought, when birds don't sing and no one moves, when all our dreams are drinks and swims, showers and the sea. Today frogs woo, daffodils unravel, and tulips fling wide their doors. The park's a jungle, the grove seeps